Oregon Congressman Earl Blumenauer is sponsoring legislation that would suspend the use of certain insecticides that are toxic to bees. Declines in bee populations have been documented, and Cor Harlan shows us how the Saving America's Pollinators Act would help bee populations.
Bees and their pollination support about a third of North America's food supply annually. Think apples, almonds, avocados, and many other vegetables. But honeybee populations have declined by about a third in the last 4 years. Honey crops are as close to the lowest that they've ever been. Oregon Congressman Earl Blumenauer has introduced legislation he says will help bees by suspending use of insecticides toxic to bees.
Pollination is an important part of the food. 1 every 3 forkfuls of food is a result of pollination.
Remember, in June of 2013, more than 50,000 bumblebees die after coming into contact with linden trees in the Costco parking lot in Wilsonville that had recently been treated with a specific pesticide that turned out to be toxic to bees. Blumenauer's legislation would suspend use of toxic insecticides known as neonicotinoids, which he says have been linked to declining pollinator populations. It'd also create a panel of experts to assess the pesticides and limit their damage to pollinators.
Some in the agricultural sector are unwilling to give up what they find to be a very effective insecticide, but the impacts appear to be pretty devastating.
Blumenauer says his bill to protect pollinators has gained some bipartisan support among both blue state and red state lawmakers. An effort to save the little bees, whose pollination is a critical part of a food chain responsible for well over $100 billion worth of food globally every year. In Northeast Portland, Cor Harlan, KOIN 6 News.
You're watching KOIN 6 News and